What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining me. If you're just catching this live after I already went live, I go live every single Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. You guys can always join me and call in. Today I'm doing this on a Sunday, the day after Lomachenko versus Comey, Conor Benn versus Algieri, and the Bivol fight. So we're going to talk about that today, and we're going to discuss. I was actually at the Lomachenko fight. I went in my Teofimo shirt. Yo, man, I had those Ukrainians coming up to me, man. I was like, this is Lomachenko's daddy, man. I was going crazy out there. Nah, but I had a lot of fun, man. Those, the Ukrainians showed me mad love. They were mad cool. I went out there, and the undercard was super good, man. Xander Zayas, man, I can't wait to talk about him. I can't wait till people start coming on the live right now and asking me what I thought about Xander Zayas. Also, what's his name? Jared Anderson showed so much swag coming out in the pimp suit. Had two ring car girls walk him in. I loved it. I loved it. Then he comes out southpaw, and then in the next round comes out orthodox. I was very impressed with what Jared Anderson did, especially like I don't know. I love stuff like that. I like when people get creative how they promote themselves. A lot of times people want, oh, why is the promoter not promoting me? Why is the promoter not promoting me? And I get it. Like that is his job to promote you. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, you also got to promote yourself. It's not like, you know, you got to let people know that you interested. You got to let people know that you working towards getting your name out there. And it looks like my man Jared Anderson is definitely doing that. He has the right team around him. He has Prince, James Prince, who managed Floyd Mayweather, managed Andre Ward. So he, somebody who knows what they're doing in the boxing world. And he also has Bob Arum as a promoter, and he fights in the heavyweight division. Nobody in the heavyweight division has that kind of swagger. Nobody in the heavyweight division, is switching southpaw and orthodox. And also, and I wasn't big on Jared Anderson, and I guess maybe it was a difference because I saw him live. I don't know if that's why I'm changing my stance so much, or if he's just developing. I didn't realize he was that fast. When I saw him live, man, his jab was just lightning fast. And then, he has a very creative way of using his defense where he uses his head movement, moves his hips, and he's 240 pounds. He's a big dude. A lot of times when I would see him do that in his earlier fights that I've seen him in, he tends to leave his body open, and he was fighting lesser competition, so he was getting away with that. But he seems to have cleaned it up, as far as leaving his body open. He's now dipping and dodging and slipping. And again, he apparently, he's 11-0 with 11 knockouts, I believe, so he hits hard. He's a puncher, has good defense, has the right manager, has the right promoter, is in the right division, has power, it seems to have a personality, coming out in a pimp suit. Like, that was swaggy, man. I really, really liked it. That was something I came away with very impressed with Jared Anderson. Like one of the things that left me, as far as the main event, the co-main main event, a Comey versus Lomachenko main event, I came away a bit underwhelmed. Like I didn't feel like I got my money's worth. I don't know if I'm comparing it to Tio Cambosos because I was there. Was it 2-3 weeks ago? So, that fight was a brawl, net candidate for fight of the year. And this fight was just kind of like a one-sided fight where, Comey got dropped and Lomachenko never really got hurt, he got touched up a bit, but he never really got hurt. And Comey's a puncher, and he never really hurt Lomachenko. But seeing Lomachenko live, man, those skills are just amazing, man. Like, god damn, I did not know. I mean, I did know. Let me stop lying. It's just like seeing it live is different, man. Y'all guys got to start going to these fight live events, man. Like, if there's a fight in your area, and especially if it's a fight you're interested in, let's say, Spence or Vergil Ortiz or Keith Thurman or Tank or any of these guys are fighting in your town or in your city or where it's not too far, not too uncomfortable for you to get to, I think you guys should go, man. Like, it's man cool. You get to meet a lot of fighters. Bro, I didn't get to meet nobody this time, but Tyson Fury was there. Usyk was there. Terrence Crawford was there in the crowd. It was like a lot. It was a lot of stars there, and then on top of that, the main event is Lomachenko. So he's a star in itself. Again, albeit not a huge star, but within the boxing world, he's a very popular fighter. Again, within the boxing world. So that's somebody that we all got to see. It was very entertaining. I had a lot of fun last night. A lot of fun. Just waiting for you guys to come on. So I love when I have my callers call in, man. We can have a little back and forth, talk it out, see what you guys think of the lightweight division. Who's your number one lightweight? Is it Lomachenko after last performance? Is it Tank? Is it Devin Haney? Is it Ryan Garcia? Is it Kambosos? I do want to exclude Kambosos. I mean, if you want to say Kambosos, that's fine, but I do want to exclude him because I think he's the lineal champion. And if you guys know me, I go by Ring Magazine. Ring Magazine, how they don't rank the champion. It'll be like champion, then all right, the number one contender, number two, number three, number four, number five. So that's how I look at it. So right now, Kambosos is the champion. Whether you think he's the best or not, he's the champion. And then who's the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 contender? I can't wait to more people come on so we could talk about that and discuss who you have number 1, who you have number 2. It's a really good performance, man. I seeing that type of high level skill in person is just, it's like, it was like he was like liquid, man. He was dipping and dodging, and at times he would make Comey miss by just like an inch. He would just move his head back just like an inch, and just the punch would be right there. I had really good seats. Like, I don't know, because my brother bought the tickets. I had sent them the money. So he was like, oh, it costs this much, whatever. So I was expecting okay seats. I wasn't expecting, oh my God. I had some really, really good seats. I was like, damn. I was really impressed. You could really, really hear the punches. You can see the fighters. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. Good seats and a good experience is what I meant. The fight itself, it was not boring, but not oh my God either. It was a normal type of fight. It was one of those fights that, us as fans, we may want to we may not remember, but the undercard made up for it, man. The undercard definitely made up for it because Xander Zayas really showed out. It was good to see Keyshawn Davis. It was great to see Jared Anderson. I mean, I didn't like Nico Ali Walsh. Like, that was ridiculous. How Top Rank puts Nico Ali Walsh on the ESPN televised and not Xander Zayas. That's a crime, man. Xander Zayas is an up-and-coming Puerto Rican star, somebody who's a legit fighter. And you put Nico Ali Walsh, a guy who is like a club level fighter. And I'm not even shitting on him because people are like, oh, he's living off his grandfather's name. Whatever, that's fine. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Whatever your forefathers pass you down, you're supposed to use it to further yourself in life. So I don't have a problem with him promoting himself as Muhammad Ali's grandson. And although his name is Walsh, he's Ali Walsh. I don't have no problem with that. My problem with ESPN is, why are you trying to shove him down our throats? Clearly, there's no demand for him. And on top of that, even if you are going to put him on, you don't sacrifice a Xander Zayas, who you put on ESPN Plus, to put Nico Ali Walsh on an ESPN2, on ESPN, like the regular TV. You don't do that because that shows that you choosing this whole internet shit. You choosing all this gimmicky shit over real boxing. Xander Zayas might be the prospect of the year, and you over here giving this guy airtime, Nico Ali Walsh, against a club fighter. Like, no disrespect, but I believe that was the next fight after Xander Zayas. The level of competition, the level of skill, just like you can cut through the air how big the difference was. It was like Xander Zayas was way better, way faster, had way more, and by the way, I don't want to be unfair, like I'm comparing them, but it's hard not to when the fight was back to back, as well as one fight was on ESPN Plus and the other fight was on regular ESPN on free TV. It's like, at some point, you got to call it out. Nobody wanted to see that fight. Nico Ali Walsh. Come on, man. I don't mind him being on these cards. I don't mind them promoting him with the grandfather, because you can easily just shove him down on the ESPN Plus side. And if somebody's really interested in seeing Muhammad Ali's grandson because they were a real big fan of their father, tell them to download the ESPN Plus app, sign up for the subscription. It's actually worth it, because especially when you take into consideration all it offers for your like it offers for other sports. It gives you exclusive articles and exclusive, documentaries. There's a bunch of stuff that comes with the ESPN Plus. So it's definitely worth the subscription. But to put Xander Zayas on the off TV, and put him on the ESPN Plus app and put Nico Ali Walsh on the regular ESPN, that was wrong. That was wrong. I didn't watch Loma's performance. How was it? Loma performed good. It was pretty one-sided. I think I might have gave Comey 2 rounds. It wasn't particularly an exciting fight. Like, it wasn't like, oh my God, but Lomachenko pretty much dominated, dropped Comey. I want to say it was in the 7th round. Dropped him hard too. And Loma was showing so much swag, man. I believe in the 3rd round, he hurt Comey bad towards the end of the round. And he heard the clack, 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 the 10-second warning. And he just walked away. He said, go to your corner. Don't worry about it. Just go to your corner. And then the bell rung. I was like, yo, you imagine he gets the knockout after doing that? But he didn't get the knockout. And then in the 7th round, he's beating the guy up. And then drops him like hard left hand, drops him. I was like, and I was on that side of the ring because, again, I was there live. You hear that boom, and he just fall right in front of me. I was like, whoa. He gets up, he's hurt, and Lomachenko is like screaming at the corner, at Comey's corner to stop the fight. He's like throwing the towel. So he beats him up even more. Comey starts wobbling, and then he keeps screaming at the corner, throw the towels. And he keeps beating him up. And, and to be fair, the corner did the right thing, because Comey went all 12. Besides that 7th round, at no point did I think Comey was in danger of getting knocked out. Again, that 7th round, he was hurt bad, because that was a hard knockdown. I don't know. I thought he was gonna get up, but be too wobbly, and the ref was gonna stop the fight. I thought that's what was gonna happen. But no, he got up. He was a little wobbly, but nothing too crazy. Then when Lomachenko went and started attacking, he got a little bit more wobbly. At one point, the ropes was holding him up a little bit, and that's when Lomachenko was screaming for them to stop the fight. But nah, they ain't stop it, and he finished. He won all 12. What's interesting is, though, people were comparing like, oh, look what Nakatani did to Tio. He gave him a tough fight, and then look at what Lomachenko did. Lomachenko just destroyed Nakatani. It's like, okay, but now look what Tio did to Comey, and then now look what Loma did to Comey. Loma went 12, and he dropped him only once. Tio knocked him out in 2. So, obviously it's unfair to compare performances, because people are at different stage in the career. But when you fight 2 back-to-back former opponents of the guy who just beat you, it's hard not to compare. You get what I'm saying? Loma versus Kambosos next, and the new. Oh man, I honestly, I think you're right. Only because Lomachenko is a bigger name than Devin Haney. If we're being honest, he's a bigger name than Devin Haney. And then you got to add on top of that Lomachenko is now the WBA mandatory. And Bob Arum was saying how like it's going to be enforced, and that's going to be the next fight, and this and that. And Bob Arum has a good relationship with the WBO. George Kambosos seemed interested in fighting Lomachenko. I would like to see it, to be honest. I would like to see it. And I mean, to be honest, I would rather see him fight Devin Haney. But if you ask me who my second choice is, I would go Lomachenko, because Lomachenko is willing to go to Australia. Uh, Haney said he's willing to go to Australia because he wants all the belts. And Ryan hasn't. He said he wants him to be his comeback fight, but he never talked about going to Australia, and I doubt it too. To be honest with you, I doubt that. That would make no sense. And then Tank is definitely not going to Australia. It's just that's just not how Al Heyman promoted fighters do. What they do is they go, they're the A side. You come to our territory. You come to our weight class. You wear the gloves we want you to wear. That's how they move, man. Like, yo, what's crazy is in the Maidana Floyd Mayweather fight, Mayweather ain't like the gloves Maidana had. Yo, it made him change the gloves. Like, yo, you're not fighting with Everlast MX. You using another glove. He had to use Everlast Power Lock. It was a whole big thing. I don't know if you guys remember. I could get into it if y'all want. But, yeah. Ben is just under Ortiz and Boots. Ben got hit clean by Algieri. If he had power, Ben would have been in trouble. I don't remember him getting hit clean by Algieri. No disrespect, Angel. I don't like. Yeah, did he get hit? Sure, but like, I don't remember him getting hit flush, like where he was like, whoa, like one of those big punches. I saw Conor Benn using beautiful defense, dipping and dodging, using his jab, going to the body real well, and it was almost like every punch was with bad intentions. I really liked Conor Benn's performance. As you saying, he's just a bit under Ortiz and Boots. Now, actually, I can see that, especially Boots. Boots seems to be like on another level, to be honest with you. But that's good for us fans. Boots, Vergil, what's his name? Conor Benn. Those are all upcoming welterweights that eventually are going to have to fight each other or fight one of these big dogs, whether it be Crawford, Spence, who else? Thurman, he's making a comeback. Like, I like that Conor Benn as a player. And it's always good to have a British fighter. British fighters, their fans really support them. And anytime, somebody sells tickets, and most British fighters do, especially when they come to America, they bring over, let's just say 1,000 fans that normally wouldn't travel for a fight, but they're for a fight in America, unless one of their fighters is, hey, that's 1,000 tickets right there. That's a lot, for a place that holds 15,000, let's say. That's already 1/15th. And that's not including the fans he has in America, because, again, we all have the zone. We all watch the fight. Like, let's go. Yeah. I see Boots and Ortiz stopping Ben at this point. I love his offense, but his D still needs work. Again, Angel, I don't remember seeing no defensive deficiencies with Conor Benn. Maybe I got to rewatch it. I don't remember because I saw it off my phone. But I remember him dipping and dodging and using his head movement beautifully. I remember beautiful head movement, and he was going to the body well. And that made Algieri hesitant to open up, which is what I think set up that straight right hand that knocked him out, almost clean out. Like, I don't know what you're talking about with this defense, man. I liked everything he did. Honestly, I can't say anything. He needed to improve on anything. Again, the fight was short-lived, but hey, he did all right for me. Like, I liked what I saw. What do you think of Thurman versus Barrios? I got Barrios? Really? You got Barrios? Wow. I mean, to be honest, like, I can't really give you a prediction because I don't know how much Thurman got left in the tank. I don't know. Thurman, he was one of my, I don't want to say favorite fighters, but he was definitely, I guess you could say he was one of my favorite fighters before he got all these injuries. Yeah, I love the way he talked. He always spoke real confidence. He spoke about knockouts, even though, it got to a certain point, he got to a certain level and wasn't really knocking people out. But I like the fact that he always had the mentality of a knockout artist. And he beat Danny Garcia. He beat Sean Porter. He fought a really, really close fight against Manny Pacquiao. Now, are we getting that Thurman, or are we getting the Thurman against Josecito Lopez? I don't know. But Barrios is a good fight because there's Barrios moving up to 147. Barrios just got knocked out. So Barrios isn't too dangerous of an opponent, but he's also not somebody that's like, oh, that's easy work. Like, of course, you're just gonna run through Barrios. Nah, it's not. He's not that either. But he did just get knocked out by a lightweight, and now he's moving up to welterweight. So we'll see. We'll see. But to be honest, I would have to favor Thurman. You know, the matchmakers know what they're doing. You know, there's more money in Thurman. If Barrios wins, no disrespect to Barrios, like he doesn't really do it for me. I think Thurman, if he was to win and then fight a, you know, let's say a Spence or Crawford, or even a rematch with Danny Garcia, I'll be interested in that. It's hard because Algieri's shot he landed did nothing. That's why Ben walked through him. I don't know what you was talking about, bro. I really did not see bad defense. Like I'm somebody who I prefer a defensive fighter over an offensive fighter, in the sense like if I'm gonna manage him, if I'm gonna root for him, if I know him personally, I will prefer him be defensive. But I didn't see anything wrong. I saw if that was my fighter who I was managing, I would be fucking ecstatic right now, man. The guy, what was it, fourth round, third round? He was, man, his defense was, if anything, that's what I came away, besides the power, obviously. That goes without saying. That's what I came away most impressed by, was his defense. How he was dipping and like, yeah, did he get caught with some stuff? Yeah, I mean, it's a fight. I mean, I don't think, I'm pretty sure Mike Tyson had a couple first round knockouts where he got touched as well. You in a boxing match. Chris Algieri is a former world champion. He beat Provodnikov. He was in the ring with Manny Pacquiao. He was in the ring with Errol Spence. He just beat Mikel Lespierre. Like, the guy has a lot of experience. So him landing a few hard punches, which, again, I don't even remember clearly like that, because I remember thinking how good Conor Benn's defense was. But let's just say he landed a good hard punches. At no point was Ben hurt, and at no point did I feel he was being defensively irresponsible. I don't know. We're just gonna have to agree to disagree. His D wasn't that bad. That's not what I'm saying. His D against bigger punchers is what I'm referring to. Just there were shots Algieri snuck in that, if he had power, would have been an issue. But also, you got to remember, maybe he was fighting a certain way, which, again, I don't remember him getting hit with a lot of shots, but you also fight a different way when you fight in a puncher. Like, you'll fight once you feel a guy's punch, or you know through the guy's record the guy's not really a puncher, you fight a certain way. Now, if he was fighting, you know, Terrence Crawford, who's known for being a puncher, I believe he's on a 10 knockout streak. I doubt he would fight Terrence Crawford the way he fought Algieri. He would be a lot more reserved, a lot more careful. You know, he would study his opponent longer, and then he would try to execute and maybe try himself to get a knockout. But I didn't see anything on his defense that was alarming. I would say, if I saw something on him, like he just kept getting hit by that overhand right, or man, he had no answers for that uppercut. Good thing he got that knockout. I thought he handled himself well. Yeah. Overall, Ben looked great. I mean, I think he looked great. Yeah, I ain't see nothing. Now, did I see shit that makes me think he's gonna beat what's his name? Beat Vergil Ortiz or Boots? I don't know. Definitely not Boots. Now, Vergil Ortiz, I don't know if he can handle Vergil Ortiz's strength and power, but also I don't know if Vergil Ortiz can handle Conor Benn's head movement. And obviously, Conor Benn could punch too. He knocked out, I want to say it was Sammy Fuentes in one round, and it took this guy, Vergil Ortiz, to knock him out like in 6 or something like that, 6 or 7 rounds. And then he also just knocked Chris Algieri out, I believe, faster than anybody. And I want to say between him and Spence, like, I don't know which one was more impressive. Man, I guess maybe against the Spence one because he was younger, fresher. But you got to remember, Ben is an up-and-coming prospect. And he did that to Chris Algieri. A solid guy. Chris Algieri is a solid guy. Like, him having a little bit of success in the fight was not something that surprised me. I wasn't expecting Conor Benn to knock this guy out in the first round. I was expecting Conor Benn to go out there and prove something to me. Like I was more looking at that fight like, all right, I know you're gonna go through tough moments. Let's see what you do when you go through those tough moments. And I ain't seen no tough moments. He did good. He did real good to me. I hear you. You're right. He would respect a puncher more than he did Algieri. Facts. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I'm glad you got my point. So yeah, it's like there's if I'm gonna fight Muhammad Ali, right, and I'm a heavyweight, I'm gonna fight him different than if I fight George Foreman or if I fight Mike Tyson. That's just a fact. You know why? Because Muhammad Ali was not known for being a puncher. Obviously, he had power. He knocked out Foreman. He knocked out Liston. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he was a powerless fighter. What I'm trying to say is Muhammad Ali wasn't Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to fight punchers a different way. You're going to fight boxers a different way. You're going to fight maulers a different way. That's just how boxing works, you know? But what do you guys think of the fight last night, the Lomachenko fight? It seemed like, honestly, I was the only one who really got hyped up for it. I got hyped up for it after watching all those lightweight fights. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go, man. And I went to the fight last night. And I had a good time. I went with my brother. We had a great time. But yeah. So what do you guys think of the fight? You guys seem to be wanting to talk about Ben and Chris Ben and Algieri. Although I mean that was worth talking about, to be honest. Yo, that knockout was pretty sick, man. Yo, and by the way, there was a bunch of boxing last night. I didn't even see the Nonito Donaire fight just yet. I haven't seen it, and I forgot to DVR it too. Luckily, I got Showtime anytime, so whenever they put it up on there, I'll be able to watch it. But yeah, what people were telling me that this guy Nonito Donaire looked as good as ever, which I'm happy about. Hopefully now we could get the Casemiro fight. You know, there's a lot of bad blood there. It's two Filipinos. I don't see why that fight can't happen in San Francisco somewhere, you know, where there's a big Filipino community. I love that fight. That's a good fight. And or a rematch with Donaire, Nonito Donaire. You imagine that? I mean, Nonito Donaire with Neo and Nue. You imagine a rematch there? That would be nice. I would like it. Again, I haven't seen the Nonito Donaire fight, so if you guys call in and ask me about that, I'm sorry. I haven't even seen the highlights, to be honest with you. It's just, again, I was at the fight last night and I forgot to DVR it, and then I had to work this morning. So no, I had no time to watch any other fight. You know, I saw the Conor Benn fight because it was earlier in the day. I saw it on my phone. I saw the Bivol fight, saw that on my phone. So sorry for my Nonito fans. I have no comment on that. Loma looked great and his chin held up also because Comey did land a few clean shots. Yeah, no, Comey landed some shots, but not enough to win enough rounds. He won like maybe two. He definitely won that first round in my book. They won maybe another one. I think I gave him 2 rounds, if that. And but yeah, his defense, man. Again, I was there live, so you can see the punches when Comey was throwing them. He would just miss by like the slightest, inch. I'm like, how does he know how to like where that punch is gonna end? How long his arm's gonna extend? And then when he would slide to the slide, it was almost like he was ice skating in the ring. It was beautiful, man. Like watching Lomachenko is very entertaining, man. Just seeing all that skill. I just wish he had a little bit more power. Like, and that may be not necessarily that he doesn't have power, but that may be just because of the weight class he's fighting in. If we're being honest with each other, he's really a 130 pounder. He's not really a lightweight. So he probably hits hard for a 130 pounder, but for a lightweight, he's probably just a average puncher who can put himself in great positions to get knockouts, as he knocked out Linares and he dropped Comey and had him seriously hurt in that 7th round. So he probably could have got him out of there had he wasn't asking the corner to stop the fight. But he did look good. To Angel's point, he did look good. Oops. UFC 269 was last night, and that got all the attention. That was a crazy night of fights. Yeah, from what I heard, as you guys know, I'm a casual MMA fan. I'm not a huge MMA guy, but Yeah, all my boys who are boxing and UFC fans were all telling me, they're like, yeah, nah, we're watching the UFC fight. Like, this is a really good fight. Poirier versus Oliveira, I want to say, and Oliveira won, if I'm not mistaken. And Amanda Nunes lost, which I was surprised. I was like, whoa, like, because I know Amanda Nunes for being a killer. I remember seeing her beat the shit out of Ronda Rousey. Like, so if she beat, if somebody beat Amanda Nunes, that I gotta respect that, you know. I don't know the other young lady's name. Forgive me. Oh, I believe it's Pena. I could be wrong. Again, MMA casual, just a casual fan talking. I didn't see the fight, but yeah, no. I mean, I'm glad you enjoyed the fight, Carlos. But yeah, yo, yesterday it was just fights everywhere. It was UFC. So you had a UFC pay per view. You had a free fight on ESPN. You had two free fights on the Zone with the Bivol and the Conor Benn fight. Then you had a free fight on Showtime with Nonito Donaire. Yo, that's crazy. Like, if you were a boxing fan last night and you stood home, let's say your wife went away to go visit her parents or something like that, and you just stood the whole day home watching boxing, yo, you had a great night because, again, you got a great knockout in the Conor Benn fight. You got a pretty regular fight in the Bivol fight. The undercard for the ESPN fight, for the Lomachenko fight, man, Xander Zayas, Keyshawn Davis, who it wasn't particularly an entertaining fight, but it's good to see a silver medalist. I'm a proud American, so this guy represented our country, got a silver medal. That's something to be proud of. Who else was on the undercard? Jared Anderson, man, showing all that swag, coming out in a pimp suit with the ring card girls. Tyson Fury came out, sang, and then again on Showtime, you had Nonito Donaire, and I heard he got a knockout, and supposedly it was an entertaining fight. Again, I haven't seen it, so I don't know if it is or isn't. So, yo, last night for fight fans was a great night of boxing. And yo, we're blessed. We may be hitting a golden era. I mark this day down. We may be hitting. Remember, you know how your father or your grandfather will tell you about the 80s? Oh, in the 80s, we had Larry Holmes as the heavyweight champion. And then after him, we had Mike Tyson. Oh, yeah. And then we had the Four Kings. And we had Alexis Arguello. And we had Aaron Pryor. All those guys are great. Don't get me wrong. And I'm no way, shape, or form saying that they're not. But, yo, we may be hitting a golden era. Because when you're living in it, you don't know. We got Tyson Fury, who's 6'9", 280 pounds, has a chin. Proof of that is him getting dropped multiple times by Wilder and kept getting up and ended up knocking out Wilder twice. So we got one of the best heavyweights probably of all time. We'll see his run, but it's going to be hard to beat a guy that big with that good of a chin. Then we got Canelo Alvarez, who's probably going to end up being the greatest Mexican of all time. If we're being honest, he may end up being that, Then we got Spence, Crawford, Usyk. And then these lightweights, we don't know what they're going to be, but, Tank, Haney, Ryan, Tio, we don't know what they're going to be. Maybe one of them flakes out. Maybe two of them are for real. But point is, we see that there's a lot of special talent. Whether the talent hones himself, we don't know, but there's talent there. Then if you want to go in the lower weight class, we got Inoue. We got MJ Akhmadaliev. Stephen Fulton has 2 belts. And he's talking about unifying, going undisputed with MJ Akhmadaliev. So that might be a special fighter right there. Chocolatico. Man, like, we may be living in a golden era and not even know it. The Charlo brothers, like especially Jermell Charlo, he has 3 of the belts, about to try go for undisputed one more time against Brian Castano on February. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm telling you, we living in a golden era. Your kids, if they become boxing fans, they're gonna ask you about this era. Trust me. Remember this live. There was a huge upset in the co-main event. Nunes was a negative 1,000, and I was in so much shock. So much shock. I just couldn't believe it. Yeah, I heard my boy hit me up. My boy, again, one of my best friends. I'm literally the godfather to his son. He's a huge MMA fan. He's a bigger MMA fan than boxing fan, but he likes boxing as well. And he was telling me, like, dude, you missed a great fight. I'm like, oh, damn, I wish I could have seen it. I was at an ugly sweater party watching my phone the whole time. I don't like missing fights. Yeah, man. I've done that before, bro. I've done that before. One time, it was a Juanma Lopez. I don't know if you guys remember Juanma Lopez. He was back in like 2010, 9, around there. He had a fight against a Filipino. I think it was Bernabe Concepcion or something like that. And I was at a fight. I was at a party, and I was like, I saw the TV. The party was in the living room. It was just kind of like a family party. I was like, yo, you guys have Showtime? They were like, yeah, it's channel whatever, 50, whatever. I went, I put the fight on. I was just watching it while everybody was dancing. Well, luckily, it was an early knockout. It was like a third round knockout. I went, boop, turned it off. I was like, all right, let's go party now. And I went, I was partying with my family and all them. Benn's KO of Algieri was a highlight reel worthy, but I prefer Donaire's body shot KO. Again, I haven't seen the Donaire fight. Unfortunately, I was at not unfortunately, but I was at the Lomachenko fight. And then I didn't DVR the fight like an idiot. And then also I had to work this morning, so I couldn't even like catch up on it, try to see if I had it on Showtime anytime already. But from what I hear, everybody was liking that Donaire fight. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough for me to put a body shot over Conor Benn knockout, man. Yo, he folded that dude. That ESPN card was pure entertainment, bro. It was amazing. I was there. Yo, Xander Zayas, that's my prospect of the year. There you go. I wasn't even gonna say it. I was just gonna make a video and have y'all wait every day. I was gonna drop fight of the year, knockout of the year. Xander Zayas is prospect of the year, man. I was there live. His head movement, his speed, his accuracy, it was just like on another level. Like everybody around me, and again, it was mostly Ukrainians there. There was a couple Mexican guys, a couple Puerto Rican guys, but it was mostly Ukrainians. Everybody there was like, that kid is special. That kid was special, man. We really, really liked what he did, man. We really, really liked what he did. And I'm talking about everybody. It had nothing to do with race. I'm not Puerto Rican, so I could, it doesn't really matter to me if he becomes a superstar or not. Xander Zayas looked amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. If I was Puerto Rican, I would be like super hyped right now. I know a lot more in MMA, and I know Pena, and she was talking crazy before the fight and thought she had no chance at all. One of the biggest upset in combat sports in general. Damn, that's crazy, man. Like, anytime crazy upsets, that's why, like, I was happy. I mean, I wasn't happy at the moment, but now looking back, I'm happy that I was there at the T.O. Camboso's fight, because that fight, again, we're not looking at it from a historical lens just yet, because it just happened. Yo, that's one of the biggest upsets, man. Yo, the guy comes from Australia to the guy's hometown, drops him in the first round after he just got predicted that he was going to get knocked out in the first round. And then, comes up off the deck in the 10th to win the 11th and 12th, to win the fight. Come on, man. Like, that's a legendary fight, and I was there live, so I can honestly say I was there for history. So that was impressive for me, man. Like what Cambosos did. I agree, golden era. Yeah, man. I think we just got lucky. And what's crazy is I just started my YouTube page. So my page is not only gonna grow, it's only gonna get bigger and better as I continue and learn from my mistakes. And I'm doing all of this during the golden era. Like, it's amazing. This is a golden era. A lot of people would just, there's going to be a lot of old school people who are going to see this live and probably laugh at me or probably disagree. And that's cool. That's cool. But he who laughs laughs best. And trust me, with the landscape, we got a heavyweight with Joshua, Jared Anderson on the come up, Usyk, Fury. That's a good heavyweight class. And then even the lower level heavyweights like Luis Ortiz, Andy Ruiz, Otto Wallin, Dillian White, Joe Joyce. There's a lot of good heavyweights. So that takes care of the heavyweights. So people always go, oh, well, if you don't have good heavyweights, the boxing is, you know, how the heavyweights move is how boxing moves. Well, we got a lot of good heavyweights, so that takes care of that. Then our superstar is Canelo. He's the biggest star in boxing. He just sold 800,000 with Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant's not a major star. Now imagine had Caleb Plant been, you know, I don't know, I can't think of anybody. Imagine had that been somebody at Errol Spence level of fame. He would have sold probably 1.5 million. You know what I'm saying? Then, so he's our star. We also got, I could go through the list again, but it's just crazy. It's just crazy how many people we got. How many people we got like that are really, really good. Again, we may be living in a golden era. Xander, Xander's that dude, man. Xander's that dude. I saw him live, man. He really impressed me. Xander's fighting style will be so entertaining against higher level competition. You know what I like a lot about him, besides the fact the skills, the speed, the power, that's all obvious. Everybody in the chat likes it. I'm not even going to bring that up. What I like about him is, one, he has swag, which sells. So, you know, like he'll knock you out, give a face, you know, he'll do that. So he has swag. And on top of that, he's a junior middleweight. He's only 19, I want to say. So he's 19 at junior middleweight, meaning eventually he's going to go up to middleweight. And I like seeing middleweights fight. I feel like middleweights is where, like, people still respect that weight. You know, sometimes I'll be watching a fight and people will be like, how much does this guy weigh? I'm like, oh, that guy weighs 122 pounds. They're like, man, I could fuck him up. Even though they can't. And I know they can't. But that's just a mindset. But when you see these middleweights, you don't even ask how much they weigh. They look a bit big because they weighed in at 160. But, you know, they ballooning up to 175, 180, which is about an average man's weight. So I like the fact that Xander Zayas is starting his career at junior middleweight, and eventually he's going to move up to middleweight and actually show his skill level. He's actually going to show, be a star in a division where people are going to respect the weight. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a lot of good guys at middleweight too. That's honestly, middleweight probably has the most important history in boxing besides the heavyweight division. I could go on about the middleweight division, by the way. So if I go off on a tangent, just write in the chat. Hagler, Leonard were both middleweight champions. Duran was a middleweight champion. Who else? Sugar Ray Robinson, Jake LaMotta, Carlos Monzon, like the who's who of boxing. Like a lot of people that your favorite fighter were middleweights. Bernard Hopkins, you know, Felix Trinidad at one point was middleweight champion. So I would love to see it. Love to see it. Oh, wait. No. Oh, another thing about Xander Zayas. I'm not off that. The thing I like about Xander Zayas as well is he's going to make for a fun fight because, you know, you just made me think of it. He's Puerto Rican. Obviously, we know Puerto Ricans and Mexicans. That's like the fight that makes the most money. He's going to have a lot of fun fights with Mexicans. The only thing is, again, the weight. There's not a lot of Mexicans that are 154, 160. Yes, we have Jaime Munguia and Canelo and a few other guys that are that weight-ish, but there's not a lot of them. So, but he will make a lot of entertaining fights once he starts fighting Mexicans. Now, does he have the chin? I don't know. Does he have the stamina? I don't know. Does he have the heart? I don't know. Those are things that you don't know until you see it. You know, Anderson's knockout was barely clipped him and his body shut down. Jared Anderson, his speed really impressed me, man. Like that's what I came away most impressed with him. And the fact that he came out southpaw, and I was like, oh, I don't remember him as a southpaw, but I was like, you know, it's been a while since I've seen him. And then he comes out orthodox. I'm like, oh, don't tell me we got a heavyweight Terrence Crawford. Like, you imagine that? Oh my God. And again, he's 11-0 with 11 knockouts. And you can say, oh, the level of competition was not high. And I'm not even going to argue with that. But after 11 fights, he's fighting way better opponents than Deontay Wilder was fighting after 11 fights. And Deontay Wilder was a bronze medalist. They really moved Deontay Wilder slow, put it like that. And if Jared Anderson is already getting ESPN time, knocking guys out. He can have a lot of success and he can move up as quickly as he can, but he does need to work on a few things before he steps up to the big dog and Tyson Fury. But he can work his way in to fighting a legitimate contender. I don't think he's quite ready for like a Joe Joyce or Dillian White. I don't think he's quite ready for those guys. But I would like to see him against a Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois, he quit against Joe Joyce. You know, he got his eye messed up. And and although he's a puncher, he seems to gas out at times. I don't know. But point is, that's a future fight that I could see happening in 2-3 fights from now for both of them. Let's say 2-3 fights for Dubois, 2-3 fights for Anderson. I can see that fight happening. But I really like Jared Anderson. I became a fan last night just because of his suit, the pimp suit. And honestly, I think that's how he should come out every time. I think that's his look, man. That's what he should do. I remember he did something like he came out dressed as like a karate man. And yeah, I guess that's funny. But the pimp, yo, it had the whole crowd going crazy. I was like, no way he loses. No, everybody around me was saying that. I said that, and then the guy in front of me was like, you're right. No way he loses. No, I'm like, no way, man. You came out all swagged out. There's no way. Yeah, no, Dubois would be a good fight for him. But again, in 2-3 fights, I still think he needs more rounds. That's what it is. I don't necessarily think I need to see more talent-wise. I do need to see more rounds, though. How does it react when a guy just doesn't go away, or when a guy's actually fighting back, or when a guy's boxing really well, or he adjusts? You know, there's a lot of variables that can happen when a fight goes 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 rounds. You know, he could get a clash ahead and cut. How does he work with that clash ahead? Does he fight back dirty? Does he go quickly to get the knockout? Does he get too desperate for the knockout, kind of like Tio did against Cambosos? There's a lot of things that, you know, we can see. But I put it like this. I like Jared Anderson. And I may be biased because he came out in a pimp suit, and I kind of like that. He came out with a cane and all that. That was gangster. I ain't even gonna lie, that was gangster. By the way, guys, if you guys want to call in, if I'm not mistaken, I have it pinned to the chat, the link. So if you guys want to call in, feel free, man. Yeah, I know it's free, man. It's free to call me. So y'all could definitely do that. What do you think about the Woodley and Jake Paul rematch? Laugh out loud. I mean, I'm not against it. You know what I'm saying? At first, I was kind of hesitant. But once I saw Jake Paul sign Amanda Serrano, once I saw he put Montana Love on his undercard and Montana Love impressed, and then Eddie Hearn signed him. So I'm like, he's good for boxing. Considering what he's doing for the undercards and all that, he's good for boxing. And as far as what I think of the fight, I mean, I would have to favor Jake. Jake Paul won the first fight, and then you got to add on top of that Jake Paul also has been in training to fight this date. Tyron Woodley was just in training. You know, maybe he was just boxing training, but he wasn't in training to fight. There's a difference. There's a difference. You could, because I could go to the gym, hit the bag, boom, 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 every day. I could go to the gym, hit the bag, you know, spar every now and then, do my pull-ups, do my push-ups, my sit-ups, you know, normal boxer shit. But then it's like, all right, no, we got to fight in 2 weeks. It's like, you have to turn up your training camp. You have to run those miles a little extra harder. You have to do, instead of 100 sit-ups, you got to do 150 or 200. You know what I'm saying? So Jake Paul has been already gearing his body up for war, gearing his body up to fight. It just so happened that the opponent got changed, and it's an opponent he's already familiar with. Meanwhile, Tyron Woodley was just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Maybe working out, maybe hitting the speed bag, hitting the heavy bag, doing push-ups, doing sit-ups, doing pull-ups. Listen, I do push-ups. You know what I'm saying? I do sit-ups. I do pull-ups. Like, I'm not a boxer. You know what I'm saying? But if I had a fight coming up, I would do those pull-ups a little bit different. I would do those push-ups a little bit different. I will run a little bit more. You know, so it's like, I don't see no way how Jake Paul loses this. On such short notice, I don't see it. Woodley said he was shooting a film when he got the call. Yeah, when he got called. Yeah, like Exactly. So you telling me he's filming a movie? He's trying to remember fucking lines from a movie instead of fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe again, maybe he was training, maybe he was hitting the bag, but hitting the bag is two different things. Hitting the bag and training for a fight are two different things. You could hit the bag and you'd be like, I'm just going 6 rounds today. It's not like I got a fight coming up. I'm gonna hit 6 rounds and I'm gonna go easy. I have no fight coming up. Obviously, I'm gonna go easy on the bag. I just want to work up a nice sweat. Then it's like, oh no, you gotta fight in 2-3 weeks, however short notice he got it. It's like now you hitting the bag a different way. Now you doing those sit-ups a different way. So I got Jake Paul simply for that reason. Always that chance of the one punch KO with his power. He gotta let his hands go. No, of course, yeah. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. And also Woodley was an elite athlete. Was he champion at UFC? I want to say he was. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I do know he was a very talented fighter. I seen him fight multiple times in the UFC, so I know he's an elite athlete. And when you're an elite athlete, you can figure out ways to get your punches off, especially if you're a fighter, which Tyron Woodley clearly is. Yeah, so there you go. Thanks you, David. He was a champion at UFC. So yeah, so a former world champion, just because it's in another sport, don't mean that means something to me. What's his name? Chris Algieri was kickboxing champion. He was a kickboxing world champion. He came to boxing, and he beat Provodnikov. Was that for a belt? I want to say it was. I don't know, but point is, his experience in kickboxing, I'm sure helped him in boxing. I'm sure of it. I'm like, so I'm not saying Tyron really has no chance, but what I am saying is I don't see how he wins the fight if it's not by like a one punch knockout type punch like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it. Who's on the undercard? Because I know Amanda Serrano's on the undercard, and I can't wait for the potential of Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor for Undisputed. That would be nice. And I actually know Amanda Serrano personally. I know you guys are probably tired of me saying that, but I'm definitely rooting for her, man. She's always been a good person, very, very serious, but in what not in the negative way. I mean, like she's very serious, like she's very focused. Like when you see her, I always saw her in the gym, and she would be very mean and very like. And then you see her outside the ring, and she'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute, what was that?" It's like, but no, she's a really nice girl outside of the ring. Really, really nice girl. Yeah, you see WBO 140 for Algeria. Yeah, I remember. I was like, I know he beat Provodnikov. So yeah. So let me show you how the undercard. I'm gonna show you how the undercard for Jake Paul. Hold on one second. So this is in case if y'all want to know if it's worth your money. Now, on the undercard, you got these two undefeated fighters. I'll be honest with you, I'm not too familiar with either one of these guys. Liam Paro and Yomar Alamo, but they're both undefeated, 121-0, and the other one 20-0-1. It is in 140-pound division, which is going to be a hot division. It has Josh Taylor now. Teofimo already announced he's moving up. Devin Haney already said he's having trouble making weight. And also you got guys like Jose Ramirez still there, Jose Pedraza still there, Jose Cepeda still there. So 140, although it's not as hot as 135, please don't get me wrong, but it's also a hot division. So seeing two undefeated fighters in the 140 division, I don't know which one of these guys are for real. That's an important fight. Then you got Amanda Serrano facing Miriam Gutierrez. I have no idea who's this, but Amanda Serrano is a beast. Jay Leon Love, man, he's washed up. I don't want to see that fight. But he's fighting a guy with 5 losses. But this one, I don't know if it'll interest you guys, but I'm sure some of the casuals that'll be interested. Deron Williams, he's a former basketball player. He used to play for the Jazz and the Nets. Is fighting Frank Gore, who played for just about every team in the NFL. He played for the Dolphins, the Jets, the Niners, the Colts. So this is a basketball player versus a football player in the heavyweight division. So that should be fun, just like as an event in itself. But again, the undefeated fighters in the 140-pound division, in a really important division in boxing right now, I'm interested in that fight. I'm interested. Again, I don't know those guys, but I'm interested. He was a 5-time champ with killer power. He just started to lose fights, but he got hella haters and don't see he was arguably one of the greatest champions in his division. I'm trying to think of who you're talking about. I'm pretty sure you're talking about Chris Algieri in kickboxing. I could be wrong. But yeah, no. Chris Algieri was a legit fighter. So that's why when Angel, I don't know if he's still here. Shout out to Angel. I'm not calling you out. You still my guy. But Angel was saying that, oh, Conor Benn got hit with some shots. I'm like, well, I mean, it's a fight, It's a fight. Of course he's going to get hit, And I didn't think he looked defensively irresponsible. I think he looked good. He had beautiful head movement and those body shots, man. It was like, it sounded like he was beating a drum. It was like, boom, boom, boom. And it's like, and again, I think that's what set up for him, that headshot to be so open. And he got the one-punch knockout. Pretty impressive. Oh, he was talking about Woodley. I didn't know he was a 5-time champion. Whoa. Damn. So he's a Hall of Famer then, right? I'm curious. I don't know. Yo, you're a 5-time champion in UFC. And UFC, there's only one belt. So if you're a 5-time champion, yo, he has to be a future Hall of Famer, right? Angel, you my guy, bro. I was just saying, you was calling him out on the defense. I'm like, Algieri's a good fighter, man. He's gonna get touched up. You know what I'm saying? But again, I like what Conor Benn did. But getting back to Carlos Montes, yo, Tyron Woodley must be a future Hall of Famer at MMA, right? That's not me talking out of my ass. 5-time champion? Yo, that's crazy. Oh, well, you said obviously he's a future Hall of Famer. If you're saying he was arguably one of the greatest champions in his division. So you're telling me one of the greatest fighters in UFC history, doesn't have a chance against a YouTuber? I know he has a chance. I'm just saying, taking it on last minute notice like that could get dangerous for him, man. It's all good, Angel. We all do it, bro. We all do it. Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer for sure. But he started going on a losing streak and he got a lot of haters. Yeah, the thing is with MMA that I respect about MMA is like, yo, one loss doesn't break you there. Like a guy will take a loss and then he'll be on a co-main event at a major pay-per-view undercard the next fight. Like, so, and then again, you're gonna take losses as you get older. That's just how it works, I don't know what you're saying hell not to, but I don't know. Let me know. Call in, bro. If I said something you don't like, call in. The link, if you guys want to call in, hit the pin that's excuse me, I can't talk now. Hit the link that's pinned to the top of the chat. It'll take you to a website. You can either call me using your voice or you can use your FaceTime, whichever you prefer. It's fine with me. I love to get you guys calling in, man. I like going back and forth. I like hearing from my peoples, man. I mean, like 5 title defenses, but in that division, it's hard as fuck to do that. It's the 4th most defenses in that division. Yeah, no, 5 defenses of an undisputed title, which again, in UFC, there's only one belt. So you are the undisputed champion if you beat them. I don't know anybody currently right now who's undisputed and defended it 5 times. Or even lineal. I don't know anybody who's lineal champion defended it 5 times. I may be wrong on that. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to think. I can't. Maybe Arts are better beef. Because I know not Joshua. What's his name? Fury for sure hasn't done it. Canelo just became lineal when he beat was it the tall guy, Callum Smith? So I don't know. But what's up, guys? Yo, guys, call in, man. Oh, hold on. I like Conor Benn, but he's not on the level of Boots, Ennis, and Vergil Ortiz. And in my opinion, Loma is number one. Big up, Joel. Your channel is doing well. Thank you so much, Muhammad. I really appreciate the kind words. And I agree. Lomachenko's number one. He fought the better opponent than Devin Haney and Tank Davis. So he has to be number one. And then again, he dominated. This guy Tank barely beat Cruz. And Devin Haney, he won the fight clearly, but he did get touched up that fight. Now, Lomachenko, he might have got touched up a bit, but not nearly as flush and as clean as Devin Haney took those punches. So I definitely agree. Lomachenko's my number one lightweight right now, behind the champion, and the champion is Camboso. So he's the champion. I'm not ranking him. He's the champion. He's the lineal Ring Magazine, and in my eyes, undisputed lightweight champion. So he's just the champion. Who's the number one contender right under him? I have to go Vasyl Lomachenko. That's just me being honest. Lomachenko's a great dude, man. He's a beautiful boxer. And again, you can't argue. He beat the highest ranked fighter out of all the last two lightweights that they just fought. Can't argue that. Cruz and Ryan Garcia have been going back and forth. That fight might be up next. Isaac Cruz versus Ryan Garcia. I think Ryan Garcia ices Cruz, man. Because, Ryan Garcia's hand speed is just crazy. And you can't just come in crazy like that on Ryan. One thing that George Foreman, when he used to do the commentary for HBO, he used to always say, don't follow a puncher. Don't follow a puncher. Make the puncher come to you. Because when you go closer to, when you follow the puncher, you're just adding to the pounds of pressure of punches. So you see what I'm saying? So if you're backing up, and even if you get hit, you're backing up. So you're not catching the full flush of the punch as if you were coming in. So if Cruz is coming in on Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia's power is legit. Say whatever you want. A lot of people hate on Ryan Garcia because he's a pretty boy. He has 8 million followers on Instagram. He chills with the Paul brothers. Like, you get what I'm saying? A lot of people, just because he's a pretty boy, associate with him with being soft. Motherfucker can knock niggas out. Excuse me, I should have never said that. Motherfucker can knock people out. You gotta respect that. Definitely gotta respect that. Oh no. Lomachenko looked nice against Nakatani and Comey. The eye test says it's Lomachenko. I agree. I mean, yeah, I agree. Do you think Loma is ducking Haney? Bro, no, absolutely not. I don't think. I think it's just a network situation. Loma's not. Loma fought Teofimo. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people at the time looked at Teofimo as a more dangerous fighter than Haney. That's just one. And two, like, they're both similar ages. It's just a business. The only difference between Teofimo and Devin Haney is that Teofimo is with Top Rank and fights on ESPN. Devin Haney gets paid $3 million to fight on the Zone, and if he leaves the Zone to fight on ESPN, he's gonna want the same pay. And to be honest, he's being overpaid at the Zone. So no, I don't think he's ducking. Ryan Garcia is quick and his hand speed is good as well. I agree, man. That dude is nasty, man. Again, he just needs a psychologist, or he needs a goal that he needs to achieve. Because once he said the belts don't matter, he really messed up his whole focus. Doing all that work in the gym for no reason. Nah, you doing it because you want to be a world champion. That depression would have went right away. Cruz height puts his head right in Ryan's sweatbox for that left hook. Lights out. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, bro. Woodley is this beast. The reason he started losing at a lot. I'm so sorry. By the way, I worked really early this morning, so if I can't read, it's not because of anything. I worked real hard today. Yeah, bro. Woodley is a beast. The reason he started losing a lot is because he didn't let his hands go. When he does, he's a problem. You saw what happened when he landed on Jake Flush. I agree. Yeah, he that was a knockdown. I was mad at the referee that he didn't call that a knockdown. Lomachenko best at 135. Absolutely. That's what I've been saying. You got to give it to the guy. There's a lot of racist people, to be honest. There's a lot of racist people who just because he's white don't want to give him his full credit. With all those skills, you imagine if he was American? Could you imagine if he was American? If he was some dude from Brooklyn with those type of skills, moving to the side, gliding, two-time gold medalist. This dude would have been a superstar. But he's not American. People don't know how they feel about European fighters. Usually people like in America, we used to a black fighter or Latino fighter. That's what we're used to. It's specifically Puerto Rican and Mexican, the Latino fighter. So that's what we're used to. So once a guy comes from England or the Ukraine, a lot of people tend to underrate them until they prove themselves, like go above and beyond, which I think two-time gold medalist is, above and beyond, to be honest. I believe that fight was on ESPN. Lomachenko never fought on DAZN. Yeah, that's pretty much how I see it too, to be honest. I think Kambosos is going to fight Lomachenko. Haney should move up after the Catterall fight. Taylor said he's vacating and going to 147. Whoa. I mean, I think the Kambosos fight versus Lomachenko is next too, to be honest with you. Bob Arum already said that he is going to enforce the WBO mandatory of Lomachenko to fight Kambosos. So I believe that he has connections with the WBO, and he wouldn't have let that out the bag if you didn't know that was going to happen for sure. So, and I also think that Lomachenko is the most willing to go to Australia. When they asked Devin Haney about going to Australia, he said, yeah, I'm down, but the money got to be right. The money got to be right. The money. Then it's like, oh, once you're talking like that, you're making it difficult. Frank, what's up, brother? Appreciate the support. Thanks for tuning in. Call in if you want. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Oh, I think there's more money in the Haney fight, but Loma is the tougher fight. Well, really? Why would you think that there's more money in the Haney fight? That's weird. The Haney fight. Who the fuck is Haney? No disrespect, like his name ain't really up there like that. Haney, he didn't sell out in Las Vegas, his hometown. I don't know. Is he really known globally like that? I would think that. What's his name? Lomachenko's known more globally. He's European, so he's known in the Russia, Ukraine, that area. Anybody familiar with the Olympics? He was a two-time gold medalist. He's fought on ESPN, probably the biggest platform for boxing, a bunch of times. He's been in meaningful fights. He's fought on HBO back when HBO was the number one, boxing producer. I don't understand. I don't. Yeah. Yeah. Loma is definitely the money fight for sure. For sure. I don't know about you, but I feel Loma would beat the daylights out of Georgie. I mean, I honestly don't see what George Kambosos could do to Lomachenko. But to be fair, I thought the same thing about Tio, man. I thought I was like, what Kambosos gonna do to Loma? One thing I know for sure is he's not gonna outbox him. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Because Haney got a bunch of groupies. Is that why y'all saying? I didn't know he was popular. I didn't know he was that popular. I mean, he doesn't really move the needle here in America. Like, I honestly watch ESPN Sports Center, First Take, Get Up, and I watch a lot of these shows, and he never comes up ever. The only time he came up on ESPN is when Ryan Garcia brought him up, and then immediately switched over to talking about Tank, how he's going to knock Tank out in 2 rounds, and that was the focus. I've never seen a highlight. He's never been on the Sports Center top 10. I've never seen any type of sports news, whether it be on Fox Sports, or ESPN about Devin Haney. So I don't see how he's a draw. But hey, I don't know. Definitely more money with Cambosos. He got the belts, took out the top dog. Everyone knows Cambosos right now. Exactly. If you're a boxing fan, you know Cambosos. Loma didn't sell out MSG low and Haney. Wait, hold on. Again, I worked very early this morning. Excuse my reading skills. Loma didn't sell out at Madison Square Garden. Loma and Haney aren't draws, sadly. Um, I was at the Lomachenko fight, and you're right, it wasn't sold out. They only sold the bowl, meaning not the upper deck. And I want to say I predict there was about 9,000 fans there, roughly, because I was just at the Tio fight. Tio fight sold out. It was 5,600. And I want to say there was about 9,000, 10,000 people there, which is a good amount of crowd. And you got to remember, Comey brought basically nobody to that event. Like, if Lomachenko was fighting the Teofimo or a Devin Haney or a Tank or a Ryan, that would have been a sold out. You need a dance partner to sell out for the most part. Again, Tank, he's somebody who's a superstar. He doesn't really need a dance partner. But there's guys who do. And Lomachenko is somebody who does need a dance partner to sell out. But selling 9,000, 10,000 tickets, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Wait a minute. Haney is big over here in the UK. Yeah, I guess because he's promoted by Eddie Hearn, but in America, he's not a big draw. I heard the ticket sales for Haney and JoJo was trash. What's funny? I heard the same thing, but I heard it, the motherfuckers you talk to. I ain't hear it from like a legit source. So if I would have heard that from a legit source, I would have brought that to you. I would have screen shared the article, but I can't find the numbers for that anywhere. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see. Tickets sold. Devin Haney. Because it didn't look packed. It didn't feel packed. No, he's just coming out. Oh, versus Joseph. No, nothing comes up. Let me see the gate numbers. Let me see if I can find the gate number. Because I like him fighting Cambosos isn't a big fight. Like none of my casual boxing friends know him. None of them. None of them are like, oh my God, Devin Haney, I can't wait for his fight. Like, I don't know. That is so weird. Hold on, I'm scrolling back up. I missed a couple things. Haney is in a draw. That's what we're talking about. I think if Loma fought in the UK, he would sell 20,000 arena. But the thing is, in the UK, you guys, I'm not. I don't know if Muhammad, if you from the UK, but if you are, you got the tickets to go to a fight out there is cheap. Yo, here in America, that should be expensive, man. Like if the tickets were priced how they were, like they'd be like, "Oh, we sold out 50,000 in Wembley." It's like, yeah, but the gate was 3 million. I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. It'd be like, yo, how the hell you sell that many tickets and your gate's only $1 million? When Floyd Mayweather used to be his gates used to be 20 million and shit, like crazy shit. Eddie Hearn put that in the MGM Grand. Laugh my ass off. What the fuck? I don't know what the hell. The MGM, that's reserved for big fights. That fight was in the UK. I don't remember that. Wow, damn, I really was that lost. Loma versus Campbell did a decent crowd at the O2. Wow, for whatever reason, I don't remember that fight being in the UK. And I'm not even arguing. I'm saying I don't remember. Like, I believe you. What's up with Lomachenko and Porter wearing these little ass shorts? Well, if you remember, Mike Tyson used to wear short shorts, but with Mike Tyson used to have fucking tree trunks for legs, so it didn't look like kind of like weird. It kind of looked like damn, this motherfucker, man, muscular and shit. So I don't know. I to be honest, I don't mind them. I don't mind. I like if I was a boxer, I got nice legs. I would wear some nice short show, for the gram. Might as well, if you look good, you fight good, right? Teofimo wouldn't sold out MSG, in my opinion, against Cambosos. What? I mean, Teofimo fought in the theater in Madison Square Garden, which is 5,600, and he sold it out. I was there. And it was packed. And Cambosos might have sold 8 fucking tickets, and he sold 5,600. So you imagine Lomachenko, who just sold roughly 9 to 10,000, fights, Teofimo. How big that fight would be? Come on, man. Like that's just crazy. It's just very crazy. Yeah, Cambosa's delusional, thinking he can do 80K. I mean, no. I don't think he's delusional, bro. In Australia, they don't have another champion. They don't have another champion. You telling me this guy's undisputed? Went to the guy's hometown and beat the number one guy, who just beat Lomachenko, a future Hall of Famer, a 2-time gold medalist? How the fuck is he not a star? He better sell 80,000 in Australia. I don't know how big boxing is in Australia, though. I have a listener. His name is Aaron. He's from Australia. So he told me that boxing isn't that big. But then again, that's one perspective. I don't know. Maybe he's in the wrong crowds. But if boxing is a big sport, that guy should sell out. He had a homecoming. They had a whole fucking homecoming for him at the airport when he landed with all the belts. Come on, man. I think he sells 80K. Pay-per-view in the US is hella expensive. In the UK, it's only $20. Oh my God. That's insane. All the boxing fans in the UK were happy when Loma came to the UK. Wow, that fight was in the UK. Wow. I don't know how I don't remember that. Obviously, as you guys know that are watching, I know boxing. And I don't remember that fight being in the UK. I just forgot. That's why I didn't understand. Some fans were saying, bring the Triple G versus Murata fight to the US. Man, that shit wouldn't sell at all here. Yeah, I don't like, where would they have put that? I don't know. But either way, from what I understand, I could be wrong. I from a lot of people I interact with, they say that in Japan, Murata is like a superstar. Like he's like their Michael Jordan. He was an Olympic gold medalist. And also, they don't get big guys there. Like as far as fighters, usually they're guys from 122 and down. Like that's where they have their champions. Every now and then, you get a guy who's bigger than that, but for the most part, it's 122 pounds and down. So this guy's a middleweight and became a WBA world champion, 2-time gold medalist. So supposedly he's like a huge star out there, and there's a lot of money to be made out there. And that's why the fight got brought to Japan, as opposed to Vegas or New York or Miami or Texas or wherever. I think that's why they moved it to Japan. Nah, boxing not that big in Australia. All right, so if it's not that big, then I think he'll sell about 30K. All right, if it's not that big, and again, I don't know, I'm not Australian, and I don't have Australian friends. If it's not that big, he might not sell 80,000. But if it's a big sport, if it's an important sport out there, then I don't see how he doesn't sell 80,000, man. Like, bro, he just beat Teofimo, and then most likely gonna either be fighting Haney for the undisputed disputed, or he's gonna fight Lomachenko, a former 2-time gold medalist, a 3-division champion, a guy who's been on ESPN a billion times. Like, bro, we gotta remember all of that. That dude is nice, man. Like that dude's gonna be a star. You imagine he beats Lomachenko? Oh my God. Oh my God. Wasn't there a lot of fans at the Horn Pac-Man fight? I think there was. If I remember correctly, I believe there was. Yeah. Oh, it was a big fight for sure. It was generating $132 million. I saw the same report you saw, that the Triple G Murata fight was generating 130 something million. You got real specific, 132. I remember it was like 130 something. I don't know how true is that. Like, damn, I don't think Murata's that big of a star in Japan. He may be. I don't know. I'm not Japanese and I've never been to Japan, but I don't think $130 million. That's a lot of money. Well, how you're gonna split that? What, 50-50? So you telling me? Hold on one second. You telling me they're gonna split $130 million? That's what you're trying to tell me? So what? Who I can't how much is that divided by two? I don't even know. My math, I'm not good at math. Talking is my expertise, as you guys can see. 130. So they each gonna get 65 million. Come on, guys. Let's you know what I'm saying? 65 million that fight each. Oh, that's splitting it 50-50. Like, no, man, that fight was not generating that much money. That's just being if that was the case, fucking Canelo would be going to Japan. If it was that much money. Well, what do you think Canelo versus Murata would do for Canelo's undisputed? Tell him to move up and weight. Like, come on, man. Like, no way that does $130 million. Who do you think is the biggest draw in boxing apart from Fury, AJ, Canelo, and Tank? Damn, bro. That's you apart from the biggest draws in boxing, who's the biggest draw in boxing? Besides, if you're taking away those guys, Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is very, very popular. Parker versus Ruiz was in Australia. Was that a big fight over there? I don't know. And was that in Australia? I thought that was in New Zealand. I don't be remembering. Now I know. I like y'all looking at me as like the expert. I gotta remember where fights are now. Like I remember the fight. I remember that fight. I remember it was a good fight. It could have gone either way. And I remember the fight, but I don't remember where it was. So I gotta start doing a better job of remembering where that fight was, where fights were. Let me see if I can find it. That fight was in so I was right. All right, I don't feel as bad. It was in New Zealand. It wasn't in Australia. The Ruiz Parker fight. Japan is one of the world's biggest markets, so I probably think it's true. Yo, $130 million, bro. Yo, 130. Yo, so if that's the fucking case, I'll fight Murata. Yo, I don't even want 50-50. Give me 90-10. Yo, 50-50 split is $65 million for each fighter. Not even Canelo just got 40. Canelo got 40. Nah, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Yeah. I think it wasn't New Zealand. I just checked. I think it's been a long day at work for you. No, but I was right. It was in New Zealand. It was the other guy who said he thought it was in Australia. Shout out to you. I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying. Yo, for real, hit the like, man. Hit the like button. This is free shit, man. You hitting the like button and you not giving me no money. All you doing is literally this. Swiping your finger on a button. And if you're not subscribed, just swipe your finger on that button too. That's all I ask of you. I'm not asking for any kind of money, any attention. If you guys, I'm giving you the option to call in if you want to call. You click the link at the top of the chat. If you guys want to call in. And by the way, Mohammed, I know you from the UK. You can do that from the UK as well if you want to call in. It's totally free because this is internet-based. You're not actually calling me. So what happens is you click a link, takes you to a website, and it gives you the option of either calling me using your voice or calling me through FaceTime. Whichever one you prefer is fine with me. If you want to show your face, that's cool. If you don't, that's also cool. Let me see. Triple G and Marauder won't be splitting 132 mil. They'll probably split like 80. The rest will be going to others. But still, 40 million each, bro. Then on top of that, the whatever DAZN's paying, I just don't see that fight generating that much money. $132 million is cap. If that was the case, every fighter in the world would be fighting in Japan. That's what I'm saying. I'll call in next week because it's too late over here. Now, I get it. It's not too late here, so it's early. But whatever. Anybody else want to call, no matter where you are in the world, if you have internet access, you can call me and we could talk. We could FaceTime, whatever you prefer. Yeah, my next stream is on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. No idea what time is that in the UK. I believe y'all guys are 5 hours ahead. So 7 p.m., that'll be midnight over there, which is late. But, yeah, I mean, you watch boxing, bro. you used to your sleep schedule ain't like a normal human being. When you're a boxing fan, you watching fights in the UK, you watching fights in Las Vegas and New York, you watching fights in all these different types of time zones. You could sacrifice to watch a boxing show, call into your favorite YouTuber. Like, come on, show me some love. Show me some love. And again, hit that like button if you haven't already. But any questions for me, man? Again, I was there at the fight. You guys can ask me anything if you guys want to ask me about the experience. Oh, by the way, I went in the Teofimo shirt. I went to the Lomachenko fight in the Teofimo shirt. People were like looking at me. I was like, this is Lomachenko's daddy, man. So it was mad Ukrainians. I was like, yo, this is Lomachenko's daddy. At one point, I felt like I was about to hook off on one of them. It was like they started surrounding me, but they were cool. They were like, nah, like they were fucking with me. Like, oh, he lost. Why you wearing this shirt? This, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, I'm just came to see, see his two sons fight. Because T already beat both these guys. I was talking mad shit out there. But those Ukrainian dudes, they were funny as hell. They were cool. At no point did I feel like uncomfortable. Again, when they all came at once, I was like, damn, I think they may feel a certain way. I thought I was going to have to, do my little Floyd Mayweather, but they were cool. They just came. They just wanted to, talk shit. You've been a boxing event. You talk shit at a boxing event. They just wanted to talk shit with me. We did it. We had fun. But yeah, I definitely was rocking my Teofimo shirt. I put it up on my YouTube post. So if y'all ain't see it, also if y'all follow me on Instagram or Twitter, y'all saw that I put it up. Letting Lomachenko know who's daddy. I was out there talking shit, because Teo's my favorite fighter, man. I'm being honest with you. That was brave for you, from you wearing that shirt. Yeah, I definitely was wearing it and screaming, yo, Teofimo is Lomachenko's daddy, because where I was sitting was all Ukrainians. In front of me was some Mexican dudes. Like, they were just there to watch a fight. They weren't necessarily supporting anybody. But yeah, everybody else was Ukrainian around me. They all had the flags, blah, blah, blah. And I had my Teofimo shirt. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. Matter of fact, let me screen share. Yo, I love this screen share. Hold on, I'm going to show y'all. Just in case y'all thought I was lying. Let me screen share this shit for you. First, let me get the picture. All right. Boom. All right. Boom. Look at me right there. Teofimo Lopez. Look right there. Just y'all can see in the back, Top Rank ESPN Madison Square Garden. You can see this is the big room. This isn't the little room that Teofimo fought in. So this is me rocking the Teofimo shirt. This is early in the undercards. I just took the picture and I was rocking it all day. I wore it the whole time. I took my jacket off at one point. I was chilling. Nah, man, they were cool, man. They were cool out there. Did you see Usyk and Fury talking? How is, I guess you meant, if so, how was the size difference? I saw them at different points, so I didn't get to see them talking. They were on the other side of the ring, but I did see them each individually. Yo, fucking Tyson Fury looked huge, man. Like, he's a monster. You heard Bob say that Teofimo can get any fight he wants at 140? I mean, what? Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Jose Ramirez, Jose Pedraza are both with Bob Arum. Jose Cepeda is with Bob Arum. Josh Taylor is with Bob Arum. Who, I don't know. Is Arnold Barboza with Bob Arum? I believe so. So, like, almost all the top 140s are Bob Arum fighters, which is interesting. And now that you mention it, I'm like, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. ESPN biased and got their own rankings, putting Loma at 2 and saying he's ranked in WBA and WBO. ESPN should not cover boxing. Loretti, their bias is out. What's wrong? They rank him as number 2 at pound for pound or at lightweight? Like, because the lightweight, that's not a bad thing. Like, I got him number one at lightweight after Camboso, so I don't understand what's the problem. Joel, do you talk to Punch Drunk Boxing? Nah, I hit him up on the DM on Instagram and Twitter. He didn't never responded. I guess he's not interested. Not throwing a shot. That's cool, man. You know, not everybody likes to work with other people. That's fine with me. But yeah, I hit him up on the DM. What are the best seats to watch at a boxing match? I mean, obviously ringside, but like, you know, if you're being realistic, like affordability, you know, 100 level, anywhere in the 100 level. Now, honestly, that's my go-to level for any event, whether it be baseball, basketball, football. I always sit 100 level. I never want to go up and see the game or the fight from above my neck and going like that. And then you could probably see the fight better on the screen. It's like, no. Get me in the 100 level and let me watch the fight like that. Again, if I can't get a ringside seat, which I don't got that kind of money. You know, I'm just a YouTuber. I'm not there yet. Hopefully, I'll get to the point where I'm press row, but I'm not there yet. Press row is probably the best place to watch a fight. Put it like that. One of them should fight PBC fighter Subriel Matias, man. Yo, Matias was with ESPN. He takes one loss and they release him. I'm like, damn, man, that would have been a perfect fight. When you know, he's Puerto Rican, he's moving up in weight, and you got Tio moving up in weight. That would have been a good fight for him. You know, again, like, and he's a knockout artist too. I didn't like that. I didn't like that move by ESPN, by Top Rank. I'll catch you on Wednesday, bro. Gotta go now. Yeah, if it's late where you at, go to sleep, brother. Laugh out loud. So where you got Tank? Tank probably number 2 lightweight behind Loma. You think Ali Wash has something, or you think he's just a hyped up because of his grandfather? Because again, my reading is fucking terrible. I need sleep, but I'm having fun with y'all, so I'm not going to. I'm just gonna fucking struggle through reading because I'm lacking sleep. Or you think he's just hyped up because of who his grandfather is? He was brutally honest in his Fight Hype interview, saying he has a lot to work on. I ain't seen. He's a club level fighter to me, to be honest with you. No disrespect. And that's not saying he can't develop, because Top Rank is known for developing fighters and putting fighters in position. But I did not like anything I saw. I mean, the only thing I did see is he did land one hard right like hook to the body, and I was like, oh, it kind of was impressive. It was kind of quick. It was kind of sudden too, because he kept going. He was headhunting the whole time, and then boom, right to the body. But nah, to be honest, no, I don't see anything. And that's not saying he can't develop into anything. But what I didn't like is how they had him on the regular ESPN card and they had Xander Zayas on the ESPN Plus card. That fucking pissed me off. You don't put this whole club fighter, grandfather, whatever, you know, lineage guy over a legit Prospect of the Year candidate. That was ridiculous. And man, I wish you guys would have been at the stadium when Xander Zayas came out. The crowd went crazy. Again, this is mostly a Ukrainian crowd. And then he scores a fantastic knockout. And then the crowd goes even crazier. Like, I don't understand. And then for that not to be on the regular ESPN card, it really pissed me off. They should have took that Nico Ali Walsh fight off, put that on ESPN Plus, and then put the Xander Zayas on the regular ESPN. That was ridiculous. I really didn't like that. Matias got robbed too. I'm glad he's rematching that dude. He is going to KO that guy in a rematch. It was a close fight, though. It was a close fight. By the way, Anthony, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate the kind words. I really appreciate anytime somebody has something positive to say. But yeah, hit the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe if you haven't already. Nico is bun cheeks. Again, I'm okay with what he's doing as far as using his grandfather's name. I'm okay with him trying to pursue a boxing career. I'm okay with that. But when it's at the cost of a legit fighter in Xander Zayas, the exposure of being on the ESPN card, that pissed me off. I didn't like that at all. I did not like that at all. That's a fact. Xander needed to be on the main card. I actually thought he was going to until I turned it on and they said he already fought. I was pissed. Yo, bro, damn, Anthony Gonzalez, I would be furious if I was you because the performance he gave, man, was an A-class performance. And again, did he fight fucking, Floyd Mayweather? No, he didn't. But he's 19. He fought a guy who was, I want to say, was 9-1. So he fought a guy who was not a complete bum. Like somebody who has 10 fights experience, more wins than losses, just lost once. And he blew him out. What was it, the first round? And man, in that first round, or was it the second round? I don't remember, but it was early. He showed so much speed. He showed so much reflexes. He landed so many good, clean punches. And he was so accurate. It was just an amazing, amazing, amazing performance. And then when I realized, because I was there, they was like, oh, we're going to take a long break. This, that, go take pictures, go do this, go do that. I'm like, why are they taking a long break? My brother was like, oh, the ESPN card is about to start. And I'm like, but wait, so that wasn't on the ESPN? That was on ESPN Plus? That pissed me off, man. That really, really pissed me off. Xander's is much different from Berlanga since Xander can actually box and has power. Berlanga is all power and that's it. I don't want to say Berlanga is all power. Berlanga has really fast hands, and he also bears a confidence in him that I know that's not necessarily a skill, but it can be. Like Mike Tyson, guy right behind me, who's actually also from Brooklyn, just like Berlanga. That was his thing. His thing was confidence and intimidating. Berlanga's not so much intimidated, but he's more of a confident guy. And so, but you're right. He can't box like Xander. Xander is not. I agree with you that much. I was too mad, but Jared Anderson fight was so good. I wasn't tripping. Man, Jared Anderson, man. I became a fan. I wasn't a fan before. Everybody was saying, oh, I'm high on this guy. I'm high on this guy. I'm like, I'm not high on him. I haven't seen nothing. When he moves his head and he tries to do the slick shit, he leaves his body exposed. He's fight somebody that's gonna, and then I saw him fight. First of all, I love that ring entrance. Came out in a pimp outfit with 2 ring card girls with the pimp cane. That was gangster, man. Everybody was like, yo, no way he's gonna lose after doing that. Boom. Comes in and knocks the guy out. A Ukrainian in a pro-Ukrainian crowd. That was impressive, man. I really like what I saw from Jared Anderson. And Jared Anderson is in the run for Prospect of the Year. And when you see him in list, because he's gonna be in list, do not get angry. Do not question it. You may think Xander Zayas is better, and I do. I think Xander Zayas is a better prospect, but you cannot discount Jared Anderson after what I saw last fight. He fought a guy who was 17-1, came out southpaw, pop, 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 pop in the first round, then comes out orthodox and gets the knockout. Man, and then his hand speed was just amazing, man. Like he had great hand speed. Like some shit I think a heavyweight could do. He was so quick. I have to see that again. Because again, watching it live, his jab was like boom, boom, boom. I was like, damn, this guy got fast hands for a heavyweight. And then again, he has really good head movement. He's a really athletic guy. And to think he's only 22 years old, he only has 11 fights, all 11 by knockout. And he's facing better competition than what Deontay Wilder was facing at that time when he was only had 11 fights. It's interesting, man. It's interesting. Jared is very skilled. He trains with Tyson Fury, I believe. Does he? He's a Kronk fighter? Damn, that's amazing, man. So he's getting elite sparring at the age of 22. Yo, that's amazing. I know he sparred F.A. Ajagba, who's not an elite heavyweight, but he's a good heavyweight. And so if you're telling me he's sparring Tyson Fury as well, that's impressive. Guys, if you guys want to call in, the link to call in is pinned to the top of the chat. Click the link. It takes you to a website. You can either just use your voice or you can FaceTime me, whichever one you prefer. I don't believe he's in the Kronk gym, but he does spar Fury. He recently sparred Tony Yoka a couple weeks ago. Well, Tony Yoka, former gold medalist, is also managed by James Prince, so who manages him as well. So Tony Yoka, and so I see that connection. So that's a good sparring right there. And if you're telling me he's sparring Tyson Fury, that's impressive. I don't know if you know Tony Yoka, but he's a big star in France. Yeah, I know Tony Yoka. He's a former gold medalist, and he has some skills, but he still has some things to prove to me before I'm like really starting to consider him as like a tough guy, somebody to watch out for, somebody I gotta make a video about. Yo, by the way, yeah, saw my fucking Brazilian got signed. Yo, the Brazilian guy I was telling you about, Herbert Salsa. Hold on. Herbert Salsa got fucking signed, man. I wanted this guy so bad to sign him to be his manager. But unfortunately, he got signed. Look at this. Look at this tweet. Hold on one second. I'm screen sharing right now. It takes a little time. All right, look. So Herbert Salsa, Olympic gold medal winner, signs with Probellum. This is from BoxingScene.com. That's a great boxing website. So if you guys want to know where I get most of my news, that's from here. But look what I tweeted. I retweeted and go, there goes my dream of signing him. This kid is going to be a superstar. And the best part about it is that my loyal listeners, meaning you guys and my other subscribers who are not currently on, are going to know that I was the one who discovered this kid. Most of you guys never heard of him until you heard me talking about this kid. So once this kid becomes as special as he is going to be, because he's going to be special, Herbert Salsa, you guys are going to remember him through me. Good for him. Loved his knockout in the Olympics. Yeah, man. Yo, I gotta show y'all this knockout again. I don't give a fuck if y'all not interested in this. And this is something that. So let me lay it out to you guys. This guy was losing to the number one guy, clearly losing, right? And then needed a knockout in the last round and got the fucking knockout. That's one of the most clutch performances in Olympic boxing history. I will forever be a fan of that man. Forever. That he showed me something real special in that fight. And he lost those first two rounds clearly too. Clearly. Let me screen share the knockout for you. Because this kid is going to be a superstar. And I'd rather y'all hear it first from me. That's from some other sucker. Look at that. Look at that. He needed a knockout. And got the knockout, bro. Look, he gets up. The guy was from the Ukraine. And yeah, they stopped the fight. You wobbling all over. And in the amateurs, they stop the fight a lot quicker than they do in the pros. Look at this knockout again. Hands down. Boom. That was just amazing, man. That's a movie. That's a movie. I would make a movie out of that. That's the perfect way to win a gold medal. That Keyshawn Davis body shot was nasty. You think he's going to be a star? That Keyshawn Davis, I mean, I can't tell you if he's going to be a star. Yo, by the way, the guy he fought in the ring, because again, I was there live. Sorry if I keep repeating that. I was there live. Yo, the guy he fought looks so much smaller than him. I was like, yo, the guy looks 2 weight divisions lower than him, but that's neither here nor there. I can't really give you an assessment of what I saw from Keyshawn Davis. At times, I felt like he was lacking power. But then out of nowhere, he turned it up. I was like, boom, boom. I was like, oh, all right. He was just pity-patting to get the guy used to this guy can't punch. And then he caught him with the body shot. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not one of those guys who they see a fighter fight a very low-class opponent, see him fight and go, oh, my God, this guy's going to be a champion. I can't do that. I need to see you win tough. You don't need to necessarily fight a world champion or a former world champion, but somebody tough. And he's very young right now. He has a silver medal, so you can't, he obviously is good. And the guy who he lost to is a Cuban. I think his name is Andy Cruz. Yo, if that guy could go professional, that guy would be a fucking superstar. But, in Cuba, you can't go pro for whatever reasons. But To answer your question, you said you think he's going to be a star? He has star potential because he has swagger. He has fame from the Olympics from medaling. And he's a good talker. I like the way he talks. So can he be a star? Yes. But is he going to be a great star, meaning like in the ring? I don't know. I got to see a little bit more. Keyshawn said on Instagram Live with Shakur that he wants to fight Rolly. I mean, he's signed to Top Rank. Rolly signed with PBC. It's not going to happen. But that's interesting. That's interesting that he already wants to step up, but I don't think he's ready for that just yet. He needs every fighter, unless you're like a Lomachenko or one of these guys who have like a very extensive amateur background. Every fighter needs at least 10 to 15 fights before they're in really tough, or like, before they have like a real step up with some guy who's at the edge of being a title contender or something like that. You need 10 to 15 fights. Experience, you can't replace experience. You could spar fucking 90 rounds a day. You can't replace experience in the ring. Experience of fighting in another country and fighting a guy who's taller than you, is shorter than you, southpaw, orthodox, a dirty fighter, a clean fighter, a fighter who's scared, a fighter who's not scared. Like there's a lot of experiences, that you get throughout your development that you can't just skip the line. Like that's what Loma tried to do. Loma, he had almost 400 fights and only lost one. And his second fight, he fought Orlando Salido. He fought a good fight. It was a close fight, but he lost. And part of that, reason he lost, he didn't have the experience. And you can say amateurs and pros are two different things. Two totally. If that was the case, Mexico never medals in the Olympics. But in the pros, they fucking nice. So it's like, why, if boxing is boxing, why are they not medaling in the Olympics? Because it's a different game, man. 3 rounds compared to 12, bro. And now they use no headgear, but before they didn't use headgear. So it's like, there's a big difference. Guys, if you guys want to call in, link is pinned to the top of the chat. Please click the link. It'll take you to a website. You can either call me just using voice or FaceTime. Also, wipe your finger on that like button, man. Just send me a hello. You want to say hello to me? Just send me a like button. Hit that like button. All right, guys. No more questions, man. No more questions. Y'all got no questions for me? Who y'all got number one in lightweight? Who y'all think is the best lightweight right now? Type that in the comment section, in the chat, whatever. Number one lightweight. I got Lomachenko after Kambosos because Kambosos is the champion. So I'll just have him as champion. Number one contender, Lomachenko. All right. Jorge Vasquez, he agrees with me. Lomachenko. Michael Blunt, Lomachenko. All right. So we seem to be on in sync. I think Lomachenko as well. Lomachenko is nice, man. Seeing him live, him glide again, it looked like he was just ice skating. When at times he was trying to figure out Comey, and he would just go slide to the right, slide to the left. It was just like ice skating. It was beautiful. Loma disrespectful, man. He told Richard Comey corner, "Do y'all want some more?" Yo, that was a great experience. When he heard him, I want to say it was in the 3rd round. And then there was only 10 seconds left. And it's like, don't worry, just go to your corner. Go to your corner. That was gangster, man. Yo, Lomachenko got swag, man. Like that's some gangster shit to do. And then in the 7th round, when he dropped him, calling for the corner to throw in the towel. Yo, you gotta respect that. You gotta like it. I just wish he would have got the stoppage. You can't do all that pump faking. Talk about, yo, go ahead. I'm not gonna finish you off this round, and then the next round you don't finish him off. Or, oh, don't throw the towel. Come on, throw the towel before I hurt him, and then you don't hurt him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, he does lose points, but I do like that. It made the fight more entertaining. I like Lomachenko. Put it like that. That dude got swag, man. I could tell he says that one of his favorite fighters was Roy Jones, and I could see that Roy Jones influence, both in how he fights in terms of like speed and angles of how he throws his punches, as well as his type of swagger. I thought Comey was out cold on that knockdown. Me too. Me too. When he hit him again, and that was on the side that I was at. That was the side of the ring that I was at. And he dropped. He went boom. I heard that leather hit flesh, and I heard his body hit the canvas. I heard it. I was like, oh. I thought he was done. I thought he was knocked out. And even when he got up, I was like, all right, he's up, but he's gonna be too wobbly and they're gonna stop the fight. But now he kept fighting, and then he made it through. He made it through. I respect Comey, man. Respect Comey. Comey. He also trains with Andre Rozier, who's from Brooklyn. Y'all know I'm biased. I'm Brooklyn biased. But so I respect that. I respect that. Oh, wait. Loma is top dog talent-wise, but Kambosos is the man, which I just mentioned, so I definitely agree. Tank, Haney, then Garcia. All right, so you have Kambosos as the champion, Loma as the number 1 contender, Tank number 2, number 3 Haney, number 4 Garcia. That's pretty much how he has it. That sounds. I mean, Haney. I'm not big on Haney. Not that I think Haney sucks, but I'm not big on Haney. But he does have a better resume than Garcia, so I can't justify putting Garcia ahead of him. Comey Hart is huge. Yeah, man. Yo, to get up after that got knocked. Yo, first of all, I was there. That fucking punch was hard. He got dropped hard. A lot of fighters would be like, you know what? Let me just stay down. And it wouldn't even look like he quit. It would just look like, oh, he got dropped and couldn't get up. You know, he got punched fucking hard as shit in the face. But nah, he got up. And he finished the fight, man. And he didn't get dropped again. That was impressive. He didn't get dropped not one time after that. So Comey showed mad heart. Again, and he's somebody who's been knocked out before. So he wasn't trying to preserve his he wasn't trying to preserve his I never been knocked out, because he's lost before. He's been knocked out. And after the 7th round, I think he knew he wasn't gonna win that fight. So he had no incentive to keep fighting. I guess maybe he wanted to give himself that puncher's chance, but no. Yeah, that left hook was beautiful. Yeah, it was kind of like, it was so short and quick. It was beautiful, man. Like, he fought a great fight. All right, guys, I'm about to hop off soon, but if you guys want to call in, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of chance to call in. So click the link on the top of the chat if you guys want to call in. I don't want to dip in case somebody was being shy and be like, damn, just when I was going to call, he's signing off. But I'm about to jump off real quick. I watched the Nonito fight after, and it was actually pretty good. I didn't get to watch the Nonito fight because I was at the fight, and then when I forgot to DVR it, and then I worked this morning. So I still haven't seen it. But people keep telling me it's good, so I'm kind of fucking pissed off I didn't DVR it. Hopefully it's on Showtime anytime already. Why Loma didn't sell no pay-per-view? Well, Loma's not really a pay-per-view star. Oh, that's Detroit native. What up, bro? Yeah, Loma's not a big pay-per-view star. Usually little guys, he started at 126. So that's why I'm calling him a little guy. Usually little guys don't really sell. That's where he made most of his career, most significant fights. Then moving up to lightweight, he fought Pedraza. He fought Linares. Both are not pay-per-view guys. Then he fought Tio, who's a talented fighter, but not a pay-per-view guy. And now he fought Comey, not a pay-per-view guy. Like, Loma's somebody, if he's going to be on pay-per-view, he needs a dance partner. Like, if Loma fought Tank, and I even think even in a rematch with Tio, it would be a pay-per-view. Yeah. I need to watch the Bivol and Donaire fight. Yeah, I didn't watch the Donaire fight. I did watch the Bivol fight. Yo, what's up with Bivol not getting knockouts, man? Yo, I remember when Bivol was coming up, he was really doing good, knocking motherfuckers out and shit. And all of a sudden, he just stopped knocking people out. I don't know what's up with him. I'm confused. Why do you think Lomachenko was able to fight in the real garden, but Tio in the theater? What I think is that Eddie Hearn doesn't know the New York market like that. And also, Tio was also fighting a very unknown fighter. Nobody's ever heard of Kambosos before this fight. Like, I'm talking about the casual boxing fan. Casual boxing fan knows Teofimo, knows that he beat Lomachenko, may have seen him knock out Comey on the undercard of that Crawford fight. You know what I'm saying? So, and they also know Comey for getting knocked out against Teofimo. So he's even a familiar name. But Lomachenko, Lomachenko, he's had a longer career, so he had more time to get familiar with the people. He's also fought on ESPN much longer, which is the biggest platform in all the sports. He's fought on HBO back when HBO was the #1 boxing hub. So he has a lot more exposure. He has more fights. He also has a big Ukrainian following. So that's why. And he's so, again, and it's not like he totally outsold, Teo. Teo sold 5,600 tickets in the small theater in Madison Square Garden. He sold it out, 5,600. And then by looking, what they did is they just sold the 100 level and ringside seats for the fight. And it was about roughly 9,000 people, like off vision, not like I don't actually have like a count. It was like 9,000 people. So Teo probably could have sold the extra 9,000. If he sold out 5,600, I'm pretty sure when you sell out, there's people who like, damn, I wanted to buy tickets out, but they weren't available. But if Teo was to fight a better opponent, like if he would have fought a Haney, or Ryan, a Tank, who else? Even a Josh Taylor, he would have been in a big room. Can Bivol handle Canelo? Hell no, man. Eddie Hearn said he's going to put Amanda Serrano versus Kaylee Taylor at the Garden. Whoa. That sells. That sells. And I don't know why you made that face. I'm going to put that up. I don't know why you made that face. That sells. Amanda Serrano's from Brooklyn. Brooklyn people, as you know, from me, we support our own. So also, she's Puerto Rican. Puerto Ricans, they really support their fighters. Katie Taylor is, I believe, Irish. Forgive me if I don't know where she's from. I don't want to be disrespectful. Where is Katie Taylor from? I believe she's from Ireland. She is, where the hell is this? Where's Bray County Wicklow? Oh, Ireland. Yeah, she's Irish. Okay. Yeah, so she's Irish. Irish people are very, very supportive of their fighters. And we all know that people from the UK, they travel for their fighters. So there's going to be people traveling from Puerto Rico to New York. There's going to be people traveling from Ireland to New York. There's already a bunch of Puerto Ricans in New York City. There's already a bunch of Irish people that live in New York City. And then again, you have the casual boxing fan like me. I'm Dominican. I'm not Irish or Puerto Rican, but I may go see that fight. If the undercard is good, I may go buy a ticket. I know Amanda Serrano personally anyway, so I might go support her. So yeah, I think it could be at the Garden, and it sells. I only knew Kambosos because this time training with Pac-Man. His time training with Pac-Man, I'm assuming you meant. Seen in a couple of Pac-Man camps. Yeah, like besides that, now I seen the Lee Selby fight, but again, like that shit was, I saw it, but like, do I remember it? Like, nah. So like, I barely knew Kambosos. No, bro, I'm glad, but I'm saying like, damn, Eddie wasn't messing with Teo like that. I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying now. All right. So, and you know what it is? I just think he just knew that Teo didn't have a dance partner that could sell. Now, Katie Taylor, she could sell. Amanda Serrano, she could sell. Puerto Ricans always support. Irish people always support. This guy's Australian. There's not Australians in New York. And Teo's Honduran. There's Hondurans in New York, but, he's not sure how the Honduran market would be. I can't even name one other Honduran fighter. So I understand why he did it. I hope Amanda wins her next fight. I hope she wins all her fights for the rest of her career, man. Again, I know her personally is unbiased. Women's boxing is actually very good right now. Yeah. No, I agree. But and honestly, you got to credit Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn really pushed the women's boxing, and he's done a good job with it. I just want to see Clarissa Shields get her love, man. Yo, you imagine, yo, she's a 2-time gold medalist, American gold medalist. No man or woman has done that. And she's 2-time undisputed. And she don't get her love, man. Like, yo, I love Clarissa Shields, man. She got all my respect. All of my respect. The Honduras are all in Miami. Oh, yeah. I honestly, I never knew that. I know Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Argentinians, and Brazilians. I know a lot of those are in Miami, especially Cubans and Puerto Ricans. But I ain't know Hondurans are in Miami like that. Right, guys, looks like none of y'all wanted to call in. I had a lot of fun with you guys today. Like, this is one of my more fun lives. I enjoyed it, although nobody called in. But I appreciate you guys showing up and hitting that like button and subscribing, the ones who hadn't been subscribed already. And I'll catch you guys on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. As you guys know, it'll be the same setup, same Mike Tyson painting behind me. Hopefully, I can have more of you guys on. That way you guys can express your opinion and let me know what you guys think. But all right, guys, till next time, peace.